Welcome to AOE Live, episode number 15. We are recording this show live on Tuesday, October 13th. Matt and Laura Grundler, the team behind Twitter's incredible K-12 art chat, will be on the show tonight for an exciting chat. We'll get the scoop on Team Grundler, their online presence, and making meaningful connections in your PLN. I am Tim Bogatz, a high school art teacher from Omaha, Nebraska.
Hey everybody, and I'm Andrew McCormick. I'm an 8th grade, 9th grade art teacher in Cedar Falls, Iowa. And like Tim said, Laura and Matt are here to talk to us tonight about all things professional development, connecting teachers and their burgeoning friendship with Dave Burgess of Teach Like a Pirate fame. So Team Grundler, they hail from Texas, which is just north of Texas, and Matt is a K-5 art teacher. And Laura is the visual arts coordinator for the entire district, and she has about 90 teachers under her, so she's got a big old job. And Matt was teaching those kindergartners.
Yeah, that's a big job in itself.
Yeah.
So we're going to cover the story of how a small idea, like an online art ed chat, has turned into something much bigger and very, very vital for art teachers all over the world. So guys, thank you both for joining us. How you guys doing tonight?
We're doing well. Thanks, guys, for having us.
Yeah.
We're excited to have you here. I think you're on the show back in like June, so it's been here for sure.
Yeah.
We also want to say hello to our listeners and those of you that are watching live. If you're on Crowdcast, we're going to grow your right now Twitter handle, Instagram name, Facebook name, whatever you use to connect with other teachers. And everybody who's out there, I want you to start following each other.
Yes,
And
definitely.
we definitely want to hear some questions for you guys. If you've seen our podcast before, you know that you can upvote some questions that you kind of want us to cover, and we'll try to handle those. And then there's a really nice, fun discussion on the side. So we want you to participate and the show.
And as always, once we're done tonight, the podcast will be available on the AOE Live page and will go up later this week on iTunes and Stitcher. Listen to it on your drive to school, at home in the evening, or even during your plan time.
All right, so Team Grundler, let's start with a really important. Who would you consider to be the brains of the operation? And I don't want to cause any fighting or anything here. We don't want to play that.
So, this whole thing, I think I have to give a big shout out to one of our teachers, Becca Bailey. She's art with Bailey, and she had this idea of doing a district chat. So it was just all educators in the district, and it's PISD Ed Chat. And we started doing that, and then I think we just bounced off ideas off each other and said, we have, like you said a minute ago, there's 90. I think actually we have 92 art teachers this year, and there's all these teachers, and at the elementary school, almost all of them are singular and
on their own
island, and most of our middle school teachers as well. So we were just throwing out the idea, well, why don't we just do this for just the art teachers in our district? So I would definitely say, we hashtagged it Team Grundler for a reason. We do pretty much everything together, so it's definitely both of us.
It's definitely a soundboard that we say, hey, what about this idea? Hey, what about that idea? So it definitely is back and forth. So
now, just so that we're all on the same page, the hashtag for the big art chat that you guys have every Thursday night is
K-12 Art Chat.
That didn't sound rehearsed at all.
Wait, that was incredible.
Yeah. So now
that's being married.
This is being married 13 years. This is just it just happened. Surprising we don't dress alike all the time,
So now is the PISD chat still happening, or has that one just been consumed by the K-12?
No. That's still actually I think it's going on right now. It's Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock, and that is that's just a global educator chat. Most of the chats online are more specific, not as specific. They're kind of just generic.
Yeah.
There are now they're starting to be more social studies chats and science chats and things like that. But no, they're still going. They're still doing their thing. So we try to participate in that, but
with kids and just
with our
it doesn't always
always happen. So
So
yeah.
let me get this straight. There's a PISD chat happening right now at the time you're doing this podcast?
Yes.
Ed chat.
Ed chat.
We're not hosting
Not
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
Okay, I
just
was
an
gonna
Ed
say
chat.
you must have like little
No.
minions like doing your chat hosting for
No,
you.
no,
now
no, no,
because-
no.
Okay.
No. Just that's the generic Ed chat. Yeah.
So when you guys got this started a while ago, did you ever think that the K-12 art chat would kind of get to as big as it is now?
No. So
not
we
close.
didn't even start with it as the hashtag K12 art chat. It was PISD art chat.
Art chat.
And then we used to get like messages all the time. What is PISD? And it's Plano Independent School District. And it was just confusing for people. So about January, we thought, well, this is a good time to start over. So in January, we changed it to K12 art chat. And then from there, it just kind of...
It just springboarded from there.
Yeah.
I mean, we started getting all these messages about, hey, can we join in your chat? We're in Nebraska. Can we join in your chat? We're in, Michigan or Singapore, or started getting people from Australia that were curious in it too, and just started to find a niche, and it was just really amazing what it came from there.
Yeah, that's really cool, and I know like Tim and I with Crowdcast, we can kind of check out like who all is coming in from where, and it's really neat to see those outlying areas. Now, as you guys have continued to grow this Art Ed Chat, you guys have got a pretty big name you host. Kind of wondering like how you guys do that. Is that kind of one person's responsibility? How do you come up with that list?
Persistence.
Yeah.
We want to steal your thunder. Tim and I want like big name guests like you guys are getting, so we want to bring and then use them for our show.
I see. Okay, so there's ulterior motive now.
Right.
So I think both of us look at obviously we're on Twitter a lot, but we're also just reading articles and looking at things and participating in other people's chats, and you just start talking to people. It's amazing. It's like that 6 degrees of separation, and you just start making these connections, and then this person knows that person, and you send, if their Twitter's open to private messages, and just say, hey, have you seen our chat?
Hey, join our chat.
Yeah.
Get their feet wet in what we do and how it's run, and then the more they get involved, then you say, hey, would you be interested in hosting? And most of the time, it's pretty well received.
Yeah, so. I think that we've just been really happy with that. As far as, like you said, we've had some pretty big names, but I think it's just because Matt said we're persistent. But as we're looking for people, we're really looking for a mindset of people that believe in arts education, people that believe in creativity as the backbone of our society, and so. Some of our hosts are more generic educators, and some of them are specifically, arts teachers. And some of our best chats have been, just art teachers that we've met through the chat.
So have you guys had could you tell us one of your favorite hosts, or maybe a favorite theme that you thought was just like
that's so hard. Awesome? I loved, this was pretty early on in the year, and I'm talking to her again to see when she's going to come back, but iPad Art Room is Kathy Hunt, and I love Kathy. She's a doll. Like, she is just so creative, and so, I just think she's fabulous. And she hosted a chat, and what was cool about her is she brought a lot of international people with her because she's based in Australia. So she brought a lot of people from Asia and Australia, and just we had to work out the time zone. That was interesting.
Yeah.
But that was really a great chat. How about you, Matt?
I think actually we had just this past month we had the Pirates Month, and we had all of these hosts that were all pirates, all part of the T-Lab.
Teach like a pirate.
They teach like a pirate stuff, and people like Stephanie Frosch and Tim Needles and Dave and Shelley Burgess, of course, and Paul Solaris.
Yeah.
And
he wrote "Learn Like a Pirate."
Yeah. And just all of those people that have that same kind of mindset, that same sense of creativity, that same just kind of being out of your comfort zone, was really well received, especially in our art community. So.
Can I add one more?
Yeah.
We can just also add the dot day chat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we did a really great dot day chat where we were really surprised. Peter Reynolds and his team joined us, so it was really great to have the author.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
So, and then I guess you kind of touched on this a little bit earlier, but looking at it from kind of a more personal angle, is it tough for you guys to make time every week to participate in the chat? I mean, I know you have a family, you got 3 kids, and that can really make things difficult. What do you guys do to make that work?
I think
Pray.
breathe very deeply.
Yeah, breathe.
No, I think a lot for us was once we started finding out the ins and outs of TweetDeck, and really having a lot of things pre-scheduled. That certainly helps. It makes for a couple of late nights occasionally through the week, but if you can get that stuff done ahead of time, then really all you got to do is sit down and kind of greet the people that are coming into your chat. So. Which is making it really strong, I think.
Matt's been highly organized in that. I mean, every night after we get the kids to bed, he goes in and he sets up the tweets for the next day or a few days, and that is a tremendous help.
Yeah. And so, like TweetDeck is a godsend to me. Like, I love scheduling things. And so you just go through and just do all of your promos for the week, just all at once.
Yeah, pretty much.
At least we'll do day by day. Or if we can feel kind of overzealous, we'll do a couple days out. But
And I think, over the weekend, I try to get the images done. So I do all, Canva is my other go-to app. I love Canva. I love Canva. And I try to use that for our promo images and try to get them done ahead of time.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, because you guys always have good visuals with the tweets and just a lot of stuff that kind of draws people in. And I think people definitely appreciate that. And then, talking a little more specifically about sort of what you've done inside of those chats as well. You guys have been big into the daily challenges, like the Reflect 31, the Journal Fodder Junkies, that sort of encourage, not just our teachers, but everybody to not only make art, but kind of, what we're doing as teachers or what we're doing as artists, and to try and do that every day. So why do you that those types of challenges are important, and what do you think they have to offer us as teachers?
Well, I first want to just give a little. I like to give credit where credit's due, and Arlene Shelton, actually, she's been pushing us from the beginning. She's near us in Texas, actually, and she would send us Vox messages on Voxer and say, I'm challenging the House of Grundler to do this, or, and so it kind of just started out as this back and forth thing, and then we got thinking about it, and then we would have these ongoing messages back and forth, and it evolved, and she really heads that up, and we just support it. Like Mini Matisse is going on right now, and I think you said it really, Tim, that we need to find, as art educators, we need to find that creative outlet for ourselves and remind ourselves of why we make art and why that's important to us, and keep that passion alive. And then I think the other piece of it that you also touched on that's really big for us is that arts integration piece, is that, we want, we try to make our chat be inclusive to all educators, even though it is an art chat. We don't want to, say you can't come to this chat or this challenge even though you're not an art teacher, because we really want people to see how important creativity is in everything we do, that, you can't look at anything in a room and, everything you touch has been designed by someone. And I think that we just want people to understand that. And so if we can invite people to the chat or the challenges and have that experience, then that's better,
I think with I'm sorry. I just think with the Reflect 31, that was such a big thing, especially not just for our teachers, but for any teacher, and that idea, a concept of reflection, and improvement on yourself just makes you a better teacher, and in turn is better for the students. So